So again, make sure all you need today is going to be your nice mat for when we go down and just the body weight, nothing else for today. So let's start it. So we're gonna just have those feet, we'll get warmed up a little bit. So those feet just shoulder width apart. Give me a nice deep breath in. Reach those hands up. Pull those palms all the way together and kind of pull them back. Get a nice big opening stretch to start. Good, breathe it out, dive it down for me. Just reach towards those toes for a second. Good, bend those knees, roll yourself up. Once again, bring those hands up for me. Again, hips forward a little bit, push it back. And this time, when we breathe it out, let those hands go. Just give me a nice squat for me. So just sit it down, reach those hands in front, and then pull it up, hands coming up, palms together. And same thing again for me. Squat it down, sit it down, reach towards that floor, and then pull it up. Now one more for me, one more. Sit it down. Going down, breathe it in. Have it come up. Good, now we're going to have those hands. I want us just to reach side to side. Let those toes tap out. Make sure to kind of point those toes, lengthen those legs. Really a little bit slower to start. We're gonna move into a little bit faster. But these first few, we want nice and steady, really lengthening through the waist, getting a nice arch, kind of stretching out and warming up that body at the same time. Good, you're gonna give me 4, 3, 2, and on this one, reach it and keep it there. Now I want you to shift that weight onto that standing leg. So whether it's that right or left, that hand is reaching. And then I want you to bring those knees and that elbow together. Reach it, hold it in. Now, if balance is hard for you, always have the chair, or you can have that hand on the wall, close to you. Really use that waist to pull everything together. Good, 5 more on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Good, now we're gonna switch to the other side. So holding it for a second, so really lengthening, get that toe over, shift that weight onto the other leg, tummy nice and tight. And then we're gonna bring it together, opening, together. Beautiful, nice and controlled. Now you're trying just to tap that toe down, but that's okay. If you need to put a little more pressure and stay a little more upright for balance, that's okay. Nice steady breathing, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, now we're gonna go right back to just that nice tapping and reaching. Still controlled, but just a tiny bit faster this time. Now that we've gotten a little more warmed up, that body moving. And don't worry, I promise today, not a lot of cardio, but we want to get warmed up. Here we go for 4, and then we're gonna hold again, 3, 2, here we go, hold, stretch it, and then going right into that nice side crunch with that balance. Make sure that standing leg, knee is bent a little bit. Don't lock that leg out. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, reaching out. Other side, feel that stretch. Pull it in. Beautiful. Feel that nice stretch, and then you squeeze it back in. So don't stop that range short. Reach it, and then we pull it in. Here we go. 3 more. 3, 2, and relax. Good. Now, feet. I want you to start with them just shoulder width apart. We are going to squat it down, curl it in the back. So we're going to squat, hamstring curl, squat, now other leg, curl it, squatting, curls. Beautiful. Now nice full range, as much as you can. So if you're right here, that's okay if your squat's a little bit more shallow. Here we go for 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it down for me right here. Little pulses. Holding it steady for 4, 3, 2. Now push up through those heels. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We want, bring that right foot back for me. Those hips nice and up. You're very light, so meaning we want to be able to bring that back foot up. So again, if you need a chair or the wall to hold on to, grab it. We're nice and tall. That standing leg is bent. And we're going to curl that hamstring. Now to get that hamstring, notice how far back this knee is. I should be able to see both those legs if you were to the side. That's what's going to isolate and get that hamstring. Now chest up, tummy tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot forward. Now we're going to switch it on over. So stand on that right leg, make sure knee bent a little, chest up, light toes in the back, curl it up. Notice, try not to bend forward too much. Keep that chest up. That's going to make that lower back engage as well as that lower half. Keep that knee back. Tummy tight. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to go back to that squat with that hamstring curl in the back. So feet just shoulder width apart. Let's squat it down, curl it up. Good, nice and tall as we pull that leg in the back. Controlled movement. Here we go, nice and steady for 3, 2. Now you know we're going to hold it at the bottom on this last one. Pulsing, tummy tight, chin up. Don't look down at those feet. Weight on those heels for 3, 2. Push it up. Good, now we're going to that hamstring curl. So weight on that left side, right foot back, chest up, pointing the toes. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, let's have those arms straight out, away from that body, and curl that leg in. Deep breathing here. Beautiful. Keep that knee back, chest up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Shift that weight. Left foot back. Hips tight. Tummy tucked. Curl in that left leg. Good, nice and steady movements. Controlled. And again, as light as you can tap that toe. And then comes back up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Let's go nice and wide with those feet. And just dive it down for a second. Stretch out those nice hamstrings. That just did a lot of work. Good, bend those knees. Roll yourself up. Now we're gonna let those legs relax for a little bit. We're gonna get a little work on those arms. So, if any of you do my strength and stretch class, you'll recognize some of these. So I want you to start with your hands. Palms open. Let me move back so you can see everything. So palms open, pulling them back. Now make sure positioning, I don't want arched. Bend the knees, tummy tight, and you're trying to stretch those shoulders. So you're getting those shoulders as far back and those palms as far back as you can. Give me nice big circles all the way down, pulling those shoulders back the whole way. Pull them up. Try to get those knuckles back, keeping them back, shoulders down, all the way down again. Good, nice deep breathing. Good, one more nice full circle. I want you to end back up at the top for me. So all the way up, shoulders down, wrists back. Now I want you to think like you're pulling a weight from that ceiling. Squeezing those elbows down in the back. Slide them up. Pull it down and back. Sliding up, beautiful. Again, tummy tight. Hips tucked. Everything controlled. Try not to let that back arch as it gets tired standing there. 2 more, just like this. Wrists back, elbows back. Make sure you want to pull it as far back as you can. Now 1 more, bring it down to right here. So 90-degree angle with those hands. Now bring those palms and elbows all the way together. You're pushing. Feel that tension with the hands and the elbows. So from the side, you're making a nice 90-degree angle with them. Now open it up. Get those elbows as far back as you can. Squeeze. Then bring them together. Palms push. Elbows push together too, and then open it up, squeeze it back, bringing it together, palms push, elbows push, now open it back, squeeze it, good, back together, palms push, elbows push, open it up, 2 more nice full rounds, push it together, palms push, elbows, open it. 1 more together, palms push, elbows push. Open it up. Now let's retrace our steps. So now I want you to think like you're pushing the weight up. Good, pull it back down. Now elbows, really pull them back as you push. Really think about, even if you want to push those palms so they're going this way, really envision pushing up. Trying to keep those elbows back. Control it down, squeeze the shoulder blades. Push it up, push, push, push. Hands back as far as you can control them. Controlling it down. Come on, 3 more, push it up. Pull it down, squeeze in the back. Here we go, push it up. Control it down. Now 1 more, push it up. Palms nice and even again, facing me. And then let's do those nice full circles. Pulling them down. I know those shoulders are tired. Keep it going all the way back, all the way up, overhead, bringing it back down. Come on, you got 3 more for me. And then we're going to let those arms relax. Control it down. Good, last full one. All the way up, all the way up. Pull those wrists back. Really extend it back, keeping those tummies tight. Hold it back. And control it down. And let those shoulders relax. Roll them out. Shake out those arms if you need. All right, now I want you to go nice and wide with those feet and toes turned out towards the corners of the wall or the corners of the mat. So we're going to go into some of those pliés. So tuck those hips. Everything is nice and tight. So again, we don't want that arch. We want those hips to stay tucked. Those toes as open as you can keep them without hurting the knees and having it controlled, all right? So right here. So I want you to think nice big circle with those arms. So meaning we're going to touch those fingertips together as we go down. I want them to come up. And then we're going to make that big circle back down. All the way up. Good. Controlled. And I can tell some of you dance because you look much more graceful than I do doing these. This is where my lack of ever being a dancer shows. I don't have the pretty hands that a bunch of you have. Keep going. Good, now in this next one, hold it at the bottom. Bring those hands out in front. Squeeze it back. Pull back. Now, if you got to come up a little, that's okay. Think about small pulses if you can't hold it down. So again, if you need a little breather, you can always do a little up and down. Here we go. Now everyone pull it back, hold, and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax it up. Let it breathe. And now we're going to do another round of that. So get those feet back in place if you move them. Shoulders back and down. And then once again, right here, hands start together. Then we sit it down. Hands go up, back down, controlled. Are you impatient, Brooklyn? What do you want to bet? Brooklyn probably heard my daughter getting a snack. Only thing that will get her out of that bed. Come on, one more. Here we go. Now down at the bottom, hands in front, pulling back. And again, holding or doing those pulses if you need. Steady breathing. And again, you can do a combination. You can always, all right, here we go. Down at the bottom, hold those elbows back for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax it. Breathe it. Brooklyn break. All right. Shake those legs out a little bit. Now, feet just shoulder width apart for me. I want you to take those hands straight in front of you. Tummy nice and tight. So again, tuck those hips. Knees are bent a little bit. Hands out in front. Shift that weight over to your left leg. We're going to bring that right knee up. So again, if you need to touch a chair or a wall, have those fingertips. Now think about we're hooking the leg back, and then we're going to pull it forward. So of course, freestanding, you can have one hand out to the side. If you need all from that hip and from the glute. So when it hooks back, we should be squeezing, pulling it back from the glute. Here we go now. 3, 2, pull it back, keep it back, right there. Now I want you, let me show you from the front, that knee is back, lift it out, and to the side, all from that hip. So you're pulling it back and out to the side. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax it. Now we've got the other side. So shifting that weight over to the right leg, tucking those hips, tummy tight, knees bent, hands out if you can. One knee up, pulling back, controlling it forward. Pulling back and up. Good, nice deep breathing. Here we go. Control it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this one we hold back, squeezing from that glute, out to the side. Squeezing from that hip, still engaging that glute. So it's back far enough where you get that pinch in the hip and in the glute. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and relax it. Shake out those hips for me. All right. Now right here, I want it nice and tall for me. So this one, I really want you to think about we're working the core. So I want those hands as straight up to the ceiling as you can get them. Now I want you to think opposite hand and opposite toe are going to try and touch one another. And then we're going to alternate. So notice, chest doesn't move. It's all from that leg and that hand. And notice it's a controlled movement. I don't want this one to be too fast because you really want that chest to stay steady. Four, 3, 2, one more on each leg. Even out the sides. Good. Hands down. Now feet just a couple inches apart. Now, if you need them a little bit wider for your knees or the hips, that's okay. So once those feet are a couple inches apart, I want you to go up onto those tippy toes. So this is one where if your balance is a little bit wobbly, make sure that chair, the wall is close for the fingertips, hands in front. Try to stay on those tippy toes as we sit it down, like you're sitting in a chair. Push up. Really extend all the way up at the top. Squeeze those calves, and then we control it down. Try to keep those heels up. Squeeze in that butt. Extend it on those tippy toes, on those tippy toes. Control it down. Extend it up. Squeeze those calves. Keep going. Pushing up. Squeezing those calves. 3 more. Controlling down. Pushing up. Good. 2 more. Controlling down. Pushing up. Now last one. controlled, all the way up. Now here, if you need to hold, do it. We're still on those tippy toes. Control it, barely touch the heels, right back up. Touch, back up. So we're working those nice calves, that balance. Make sure, don't let it flop down. Here we go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Now we're done with the standing. So grab those mats if you need to. Adjust that camera if you need to. Whichever way. Let's make sure, can we see my full mat? We're gonna tilt me down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. All right, so those mats, I'm going to use it. I'm gonna face you to start. You can be the long way on your mat, don't worry about that. I'm gonna face you so you can see what we wanna do. So I'm gonna be in a modified push-up position. If you wanna do full push-ups, go for it. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. So my knees are a little bit, they're not all the way together, there's a little space. So tuck in those hips. So what I want is a regular push-up. So very controlled though, we control it as low as we can. When we push it up, you're gonna take that left hand, reach it out, raise it as high as you can. It comes back down, controlled push-up, and then other side. Really try to tuck those hips. Now don't worry, if a push-up, if that is too much for your shoulders, you can just stay in this nice plank and you can just reach those hands. And again, don't worry, if you can't reach them as high as me, don't worry about it. Make sure, control that push-up. Don't flop down. We're gonna do one more on each side. So even it out. And relax it. Sit it back on those heels for a second. And then after you do that stretch, you're gonna come right onto that belly. So let it come down. I want you to reach those toes back. Grip those toes. So I'm gripping the toes and notice my knees are now off of the mat. So I don't want it bent. I've got to squeeze my butt, squeezing everything to have those knees up. Hands by your side. Now I want you to think Superman. So I want you to lift up that chest. Hands come up. Dive it forward with those arms. Pull it back. Chest goes down. Lift the chest. Dive it. Back down. Keep that lower body as static as you can. Don't let those knees touch. They're staying up. Good, 4 more. Lift it up. Dive it. Control it down. Lift up. Dive. Good, now 2 more. Lift up. Dive. 1 more. And relax. Now we're going to go into 1 more round with those push-ups. So set it back for a second. Stretch out that back. And then once again, coming onto those knees, that tummy tight. Let's do it. Controlled push-up. Reach it. Try to keep those hips even. Control it. Reach it. Beautiful. Nice and steady. And again, don't worry, if your push-up's a little bit less, that's okay. If you can't get all the way down and all the way up, one more with each arm. Even those sides out. Last one. Sit it back for a second. Stretching it out. Good, now coming forward onto that belly. Grip those toes for me. Grip them. Hands by your sides, knees up, shoulders back and down. Don't let those shoulders hunch up. Here we go. Chest comes up, dive it forward, control it down, and then pull it up. Dive it forward, keep going. Pull it up, arms out, controlled, lifting up. Forward, glutes squeezed. Come on, keep those knees up. Here we go, last 4. Lift that chest up. Good 3, 2. Last 1, come on. Reach it. Pull it back. Control it down, breathe it, and sit it back on those heels. All right, now, I want you to come onto your side for me. So I'm going to start with my right side. So onto my right side, elbow right underneath. Now, for this variation, I'm going to be in modified side plank for the whole time. Now, if you want to try to do stars and have it full, go for it. You're going to see why I suggest we all have those knees bent. Now notice those feet are stacked on top of each other. Knees are there. Now you're going to start with that left hand towards the ground. When we come up, you're going to reach, open the leg and the hand, tap it down, hip taps, and we push ourselves back up. Control it down, lift up. So really squeeze that hip as we pull that top leg up. Now, if you're in full plank, it just means you're going to be lifting that leg straight up, doing the nice star movement as you go up. 4, 3, 2. Now up at the top, hold for me. Extend that top leg out. That foot can touch the ground. And now we're going to thread the needle. So that top hand, reach it through, pull it up, reach it through, pull it. Come on, 3 more. 3, keep that hip up. 2, and 1. Control it down. Now we're going to switch sides. So now go to the other side. So we're on that left arm. Again, whether full plank or the modified. Now try to be pretty much in a straight line here. That left elbow, right hand close to the floor. Try not to push with that top hand though. You're lifting from the hips. Open it. Control it down. Now, if you're at home and you really want to have fun with these, if you have one of those nice TheraBands that go around your legs, oh yes, put it by your knees, either at the calves or on your thighs. Takes this one to a whole new level for those hips. I'm sure that's all you want to do right now, right? I saw one smile, that's good. Here we go, come on, 3, 2, and remember, we're gonna hold up at the top, all the way up, foot goes out, Tummy tight. You can keep that foot up if you want to make it harder. Thread it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Control it down. Beautiful. Now you're going to come right on down to your back for me. So lay on back, hug those knees for a second. Now we got just a few more exercises, all core to get through for the rest here. So after we hug those knees, let's extend those legs up, extend those hands, tummy tight. Now if your back arches, it's okay if you need to be at a 90-degree angle here instead of legs straight. And we're gonna have the opposites going all the way down, pulling up, alternating so the head stays relaxed, very controlled movements. Trying to keep the leg and the hand that aren't moving straight up towards that ceiling for me. Keep them controlled. Beautiful, tummy tight, tummy tight. Don't let that back arch as those legs and hands move. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring those legs into a nice 90-degree angle for me. Hands right on those kneecaps. So I want those arms to be pretty much straight. Now right here, you are going to be the tension. Pull those knees in, but don't let the arms move. So you're going from there, we pull those knees in, and we hold. Isometric, controlled. Now, if you have back problems, you can put one foot down, and you just push one leg at a time. There's your halfway point. So if you're doing one leg, switch to the other side. Keep pushing, tummy tight, and make sure don't over push. As long as you feel that tension, that's what we need for 4, 3, 2, and relax it. Hug those knees. And you got one more round of those, and then we're stretching out for the rest. So almost there. So legs and hands back straight up, tummy tight. Opposites go down, control it up, nice and steady. Again, really keeping that back nice and flat, everything controlled. Breathing out when the hands go down, breathe it in. And don't worry, if your breathing's opposite, as long as it is controlled, that's what we need. Here we go, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, hugging those knees. Deep breath, now we've got that isometric. So right here, legs in that tabletop, or again, one foot, one hand on top of the other, if you're doing one side at a time. And let's start it, let's get that tension. Breathing, come on, think. Last little bit of work, nice and controlled. Now my feet were a little too high, try not to let those feet get too high. Nice 90-degree angle. Switch it if you're doing one leg at a time, that's your halfway point. So other side, again, just nice and controlled, same 90-degree angle. You want it steady. Here we go, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it relax. Hug those knees. Let's roll a little on those hips, massaging that back. And then once again, hugging those knees nice and tight into that chest. And then let's pull those knees apart. So bring those knees like you're bringing them into your armpit for me. Good, back to the center. Now let's keep a hold of that right leg. Let's kick that left leg straight out. Let it go on the floor. Pretend like the back of that left leg is going to touch the ground as you really pull that right knee nice and tight into the chest. Good, now let's take that right leg and we're going to cross it over. So give me that nice spinal twist, cross it over. Right hand opens up towards the ceiling. Try to keep that right shoulder pinned to the ground. Try to get that knee on the floor. Getting that nice twist, right shoulder still close to that ground. Don't let it pull up. Good, back to the center. Hugging both knees for a second before we do the other side. Good, now other foot. Extend it out. Think about the back of that right leg trying to touch the ground. Hugging that left knee nice and tight into the chest. Good, now crossing that left leg over to the right side. It goes down towards the floor, left hand open, that palm towards the sky. Shoulder stays down. Twisting that chest open. Good, pull it back to the center. One more time, hugging both those knees. And let's roll ourselves up. Get to that nice seated position. Feet out in front of you. And let's just reach towards those toes. Try to keep those legs straight for this first one. So really kind of focusing on that hamstring, stretching out the back of those legs, those hamstrings. Good, relax it. Now we're going to stretch more of that back. So I want you to let those knees bend, grab underneath those legs. Now use those arms and pull that chest like you're trying to get your belly button onto those thighs. If the knees bend a little, that's okay, but really pulling. That way you should feel it much more in the shoulders and in that back. Beautiful, relax it. Come and stand on up for me. Let's stand it up. Let's get my head back in there. So stand it on up for me. Make sure take that time so you don't get any head rushes. Good, feet. A little bit wider than those shoulders. Give me that nice deep breath. Really breathe it up, and I want you to grab a hold of that left wrist. Pull it up. And let that left hip go out to the side. Good, breathe it back up. Letting those hands go down. Switching to the other side, nice deep breath. Grab a hold of that hand, pull it up. And over. Good, breathe it down, and let's dive it forward one last time for me. Flop it over, let that body hang. Good, bend those knees, slowly roll yourself up. Those shoulders back and down. And give yourselves a hand. You made it through.